Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're watching Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 Episode 11 called Guidance Psychic Sensor.
Is Reigen the psychic censor?
Probably. When last season when they were like the boss, I did not expect it to be him. And it was him. So maybe this is the same situation.
Well, I mean, Reigen has become the leader of the motley crew of...
the Claw Defectors.
But we have the ultimate group terrorizing the city. You have an infiltrated group who was working for the government who didn't work out so well. So we have all of these factions coming for control of the city. And Mob just woke up. So we're not exactly sure what's going to happen. We don't know what his power level is compared to the Ultimates. I think Mob's ability to have, like, to be multi-disciplined is going to play a role, because all of these Ultimates seem to are very strong in one thing. So we'll see if Teru's kind of creativity with powers and things like that has rubbed off in Mob in a way that he can use them to beat somebody who may be more powerful in one thing.
The Ultimates have like dispersed, which has also kind of diluted the power of the Claw former scars. And they're all like kind of fighting individually. So it's not been looking great.
No, they're outmatched, outgunned.
But I'm sure like somebody's gonna come up with something. And whether it's Reigen guilt tripping people again in combination with like Mob's power, who knows?
We'll find out. And I think the son is the big wild card here. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Sho.
That dynamic between him and his dad.
Because I thought they were on the same side, but now it seems like they are definitely not.
No, I don't think. I mean, I don't believe so. So we'll see how all of these different dynamics play out.
Let's find out. I'm sure we'll be thrown some kind of twist,
100%.
some kind of loop that we're not even expecting, and then it'll be the best life lesson of all time, and then it'll be amazing.
Season over. Okay.
Here we go. Season 2, Episode 11 of Mob Psycho 100 is coming right now. These guys their skills are improving.
Yeah. You're not strong enough.
I'm impressed that their skills have improved though. They were a little rough.
Good teamwork though. I don't think so.
Oh, Shimazaki, I forgot about him.
Itsuki's got a little backbone.
I don't think you understand how strong this guy is.
Come on, Mob.
後ろですよ。あまり抵抗しないでもらえるとありがたいのですが、弱者をなぶる趣味はないんで。弱者はあなたもだ。ほう、一体何と比べてるんですかね。本当はこうなる前にやっつけるべきだった。今まで力不足だったから黙って見てるしかなかったが。そこまでだ。ここまで来れたのに残念だったな。僕が相手だ。親父は力を悪用するが、俺はこの力で正義を示す。決着をつけてやる。
That was pretty quick.
ひどい。超能力でこんなことを。あそこがテロリストの拠点だ。レンゲンたちも向かってるはずだぜ。
Everybody's gonna convene on the tower, converge on the tower.
今日の晩飯ゲット。略ですか。そこ、リツと言ったことがある。店に戻しなよ。犯罪だよ。まして大人なのに。
Someone's destroying a bunch of buildings.
この町はもう俺らのものなんだ。やめてやれよ。トラウマになるぞ。力でいたずらするな。そんな風に使うな。やめろ。このガキ、ナチュラルのエスパーか。この缶、あんたらにこれが作れるか。このサンドイッチに挟まってる野菜を育てられるか。さっき壊したガラスのドア、自分で直せるか。当たりが出たらもう一個なんてアイデア、超能力で思いつくか。何が言いてえ。あんたたちは力が使えるくらいで自分が大きな存在だと勘違いしているだけだ。
Mob's laying on
助
the
け
wall.
られて生きてる。それに気づいた方がいいよ。バカめ、力さえあれば他者を屈服させられる。もう一つ教える。超能力を人に向けるな。それを注意してくれる人がいないのなら僕がやる。すんげえ怒ってる。
Mob.
Look at Mob.
He's always had his morality, but he is like stepping into it now.
He has accumulated all of his lessons from Reigen, and now he's the evangelist. Okay? He soaked that in. He let it marinate. Now he's preaching. You know what I mean? And if it looks like I'm dripping with sweat, I'm 100% dripping with sweat. Okay? Let me just tell you, summer and pregnancy don't mix. So just try to ignore that now that I drew your attention to it. Okay. Plant guy.
そしていくらでも増える。君にもできるのか。あんたは別に植物が好きじゃないんだね。うん、ただの道具だよ。行け、落とせ。ネギストに加勢しろ。念動力をぶつけるんだ。長いものには巻かれるものだよ。君もこっち側につけばいい。
It's an interesting line.
楽かもしれないけど楽しくないな。もう力の差は分かったはずだけど、これ以上痛い目にあってもその考えは変わらないのかな。ずっと超能力を使いたいと思っていた。でもこの力に覚醒してからやっと分かった。楽しく生きるために悩み、汗をかき、涙を流す。僕が本当に手に入れたかったのはそのひたむきさだったんだ。楽しく生きたい。そこだけは譲れない。うちには向いてないかもしれませんね。ならばここで。 トしたぜ。いやはや想定以上のしぶとさ。さっきはよくもやってくれたな。ドブネズミ改めゴキブリですね。
組織にいた頃とは違う。
自立しようとする意志の力を持った私たちは手を
I love that sentiment.
何度やっても同じですよ。強がるなよ。焦ってるくせに。いくら先読みができても数が多ければ限界が来るはずだ。リベンジさせてもらうよ。
The crew is here for backup. The old claw minions
What was that? Now that we have our independence.
were far more resilient.
Oh.
Which, totally true. When you believe in something and you want to do something, you're so much more motivated, even when things get hard.
It's just like these little gold nuggets. You know, it was one sentence that he said, but it's so profound, so true, and they happen all the time.
Yeah, and I loved the line before this where it was, it's better to bend than it is to break. All of those things resonate with me, and they just kind of throw them out there.
Yeah, casually.
But the thing I love about it is they do it so offhandedly and at random moments, but if that's what you need to hear in that moment, you will gravitate to it. So they'll have kind of 4 or 5 banging one-liners in an episode. You may not catch them all or it may not resonate, but for different people who are watching the show, it's like, that's my line. And I think that's really cool.
And because it's embedded in like action and what is happening, it doesn't seem contrived.
No, they're not forcing it on you.
Yeah, it's not super obvious, blatantly like this is what we're trying to accomplish here, but it just like, it's subtle but impactful.
Yeah, and I mean, we're watching to talk about it as we do it. If you were just sitting back and relaxing and enjoy it, it would be even more subtle. That's the art of just writing and crafting the story so well.
Can we go back to Sho and Ritsu? Didn't Sho take out his dad?
He's on his way.
But his glasses fell.
No, it wasn't his dad. That was the tech guy.
Oh.
That was one of the, I thought he was, I don't know if he was an ultimate or if he was.
That's why I was so confused. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're the leader of Claw and your son just like took you out and you're just
That
like,
was a half scene.
bye.
No.
Okay, I must have blacked out.
He was the guy who could control electronics. Like he was doing the TV feed and like controlling different
So
things.
he is a normal, like a human, just a normal guy.
No, he is an Esper. I can't remember if he was an ultimate or if they just kept him around because of his specific ability with the
Got
technology.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
But the fact that even that Ritsu was like, oh, don't worry about it, I'll handle this teleportation guy. I'm like, you did not see what he did to everybody else.
Well, we also didn't talk about this, and I thought it was very interesting. Ritsu admitted that he's been worried about his brother going off the deep end, and kind of relates to using that kind of power for evil. It was subtle.
Hold on, what do you mean?
Ritsu said,
Ritsu's resorting to using that power for evil?
No, he took on the teleporting guy.
Yeah.
Because he looked at him and said, listen, I understand your situation where you have somebody in your life who you're close to whose power could be used in a negative way. I almost kind of foreshadowing that if Mob ever went sideways, Ritsu kind of feels like it would be his responsibility to bring him back. So I just thought that was, as a younger brother thinking about that, talking about it to somebody else, I thought that was interesting.
Okay, I misunderstood what you said. I was kind of confused, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do with a teleporter? You have him in a chokehold and he can just disappear.
There have to be too many of them for him to teleport away.
This guy is strong.
戦してるみたいね。あなたは私がサポートしてあげてもいいわよ。さあ行きなさい。
What? So he's reformed too?
Apparently.
Oh, that's probably the worst one. That's probably the old psychic, maybe.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
Yeah.
He's sucking up all their souls?
孤独の次は超能力者の群れを食えということか。質の低い者たちだ。なんだこれは。植物の制御が効かない。
How do we know that that guy's not gonna go rogue again?
Which guy?
Mogami-san.
I mean, why would he show up and help if he was just gonna go rogue?
No, the guy, the best Esper in the world.
The one that the evil one?
That's him.
Yeah, of course he's gonna go rogue.
No, I mean, like, are they gonna be able to recapture him, or now is he out there again?
Now he's out there.
So now they have to start again.
With him, yeah. We just opened up another battlefront. But Mob's defeated him already, so maybe he has an upper hand.
I mean, not really. He needed serious help. Of course, when he captured the most powerful Esper back in episode 5,
Yeah.
we didn't know that all of Claw's former scars were going to be reformed.
Correct.
So we weren't sure where this was going to go. Are we thinking that the guy who's capturing them all is also reformed?
Yes. That's my
Okay.
take right now, anyway.
So he was being sincere when he was like, do not open that one.
Yeah, he was scared of that one. This is bad news. 100%.
What? These idiots.
We have this guy. Oh, yeah? That was not good.
I'm hoping, but this could also build into something way worse, that Mogami, the original powerful Esper, is going to want to feed on all these other guys because their powers are so strong. But then if he absorbs all of them, he is going to be virtually unstoppable.
But I think the way they defeated him before, correct me if I'm wrong, was a mind over matter, like goodness over evil. So that I don't know that his strength necessarily will matter against Mob in that regard. If he can get to that place
Optimist, pessimist.
We'll see.
This is how this dynamic works, okay?
Pretty consistently.
I'm worried. He's like, see?
その場しのぎの嘘だったらこいつらが更生するまで君が面倒を見るのか監視し続けられるとそれは
No, that would be impossible.
でも人が生きるには信じるしかないんだそれができなくちゃ何も始まらないだろう君らしいなだが優しさだけでは解決できないこともある時に人に厳しくするのも必要だそうなれば君は誰にも負けない影山茂雄君
今度こそ最上は消滅したのかそれとも
人に厳しくか苦手だな
It's pretty good self-awareness.
ここまで来たぜ爪はもう終わりだ
ショーもっと別のやり方があったんじゃないか親子なんだぞ
お今さら父親面かよ俺の意見なんか聞いた試しもねえくせに
従順な息子のふりをして襲撃すればよかっただろうこれ以上邪魔をするんじゃない ここまで20年かかったんだぞ。
さまあ見やがれ。その20年を台無しにしてやったぜ。俺はもう5丁並みに強くなった。ともまともに戦え。
笑わせるな。親を見くびるなよ。
近づくだけで発動するクソ強力なバリア。それがてめえの本当の能力か。それなら
おお。
なめやがって。
こんな技術は遊びにする。
So he's multi-skilled.
もう少し成長しているものだと思っていたぞ。おう、光の屈折率をいじれるようになったか。
これが俺のとっておきだ。3ヶ月貯めたエネルギー。超人ボム。さあ、正義は勝つ。
Nah.
すみません。自分がトイレに行ってる間に。
問題ない。ちょっとした反抗期なだ。
Wow.
またぐれてるのかい。そんなんじゃろくな大人になれないぞ。
そうか。今のは3ヶ月分だぞ。
喧嘩はこの辺にして仲良く世界征服しようよ。
余計な世話を焼くな。ショーが反対する理由もわからなくはない。失敗を恐れているんだろう。お前は外の世界を知らないからな。私が世界を回った真の目的は世界征服が現実にできるかどうか見定めるためだ。結果世界に私より強い能力者は誰一人存在しなかった。最高の力を持っているのは私だ。
イコール世界を征服できるって答えになるのかよ。聞いたか芹沢。やっぱりこの男はどうかしてる。
社長かっけえ。
強力なバカが一番厄介だ。
Facts, I feel you on that.
やはり
Best banger of the show so far.
一緒にすんな。どこがだ。
エネルギーを3ヶ月貯めたと言っていたな。私も同じ能力を持っている。
何。
話しただろう。私はここまでの準備に20年かけたと。
まさかその準備って兵隊集めじゃなくて。
20年分少し見せてやろうか。
いい加減諦めたらどうですか。
He's got a gun?
かわいそうな者たち。
てめえはボスに歯向かう度胸もねえ腰抜けだろうが。
ボスが恋に残した傷の本当の意味はペケ、役に立たない欠陥品というマークですよ。
なめやがって面倒なせんや。
超能力者としての基礎値の段階であなたたちとは格が違うんですよ。
This guy.
悪いことは言わない。諦めた方がいい。
だがさっきのマンホールは聞いたよな。
出た。
事前に感知してない攻撃は効くのかも。追い詰められてるのは実はあっちの方に違いない。
君は優秀だな。決めた。まずは君を徹底的に叩く。
Where's Reigen to punish him for going after a kid?
まずいね。壊される。どうすればいいんだ。
Dude, what?
そろそろおしまいですね。
次は後ろ。相手の動きを読めるのは便利かもしれないけど、あんたの動きも単調になるんだ。能力に頼りすぎてる。
He learned that
来ま
lesson.
したね。一応ボスを除けば世界一の自負があるのですが。
世の中にはいるんだよ。想像も及ばない力を持つ人が。あんたも凡人なんだな。どうやら僕でも倒せそうだ。
やっぱり気がされた瞬間だ。
ナイスだ弟くん。
5発目。
消滅飛行弾。
超能力者それ以外は一切遮断集中集中マインズアイ
That's like Awashi.
もうどんな手立ても私には通じませんダメージや本人でさえ知らないだろう弱点そのほとんど霞んだ目も全てが手に取るようにわかります後悔してももう遅いですよ
What? What?
So he was fighting, but he had some moves left, or an ultimate.
Well, I feel like
left.
that is his like panic move.
Or his ultimate? Or do you think it
Yes.
was desperation?
Desperation move. That's what I was looking for. His panic move.
I mean,
That was good teamwork.
you took the words right out of my mouth. You guys know me. I love teamwork. I loved seeing them able to come together and overcome, I don't want to call it a game plan, but like his skills. And
But good on Teru for picking that up.
yeah, and taking a beating to do it.
Took a beating,
Bend, don't break.
picked up on the fact that when he's distracted, it's the best way to defeat him. So like communicating that to everybody, implementing it, but also his statement of you don't always need to rely on your powers.
Yeah.
He learned that
From
way back in season 1 from Mob.
our boy.
Making a difference everywhere he goes.
Just rubbing off. Lead by example.
And it's just like little things, you know? It's just the little pieces that, if one takeaway, if you can implement it, look at that.
But he's the standard. He's the gold standard of what an Esper should do with his powers. Thanks to Reigen.
Reigen helped him for sure. But this mind's eye business, I'm sorry, that man was out. And all of a sudden he's like double power.
Did that not
This must deplete him a lot, sorry.
Maybe.
Go for it.
I was gonna say, did it not remind you of the Awashi, like, bird's eye view up at the top? That's what I thought of immediately.
When the hawk was flying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was like, okay, so, and it made sense because now his vision was everywhere. He saw everything and he could do whatever he needed to.
But it's just like, seriously? Like, this needs to deplete your power in some way. There's no way that you can just keep going.
But again, he's one of the top, most powerful Espers. So,
He's apparently second to the leader.
in that group, I'm still curious where Mob ranks, but we'll find out. I'm sure there's gonna be a showdown coming. Mob is going to be hard. We also didn't talk about the evil guy. Did he just disappear?
Which evil guy?
That was released from the bottle.
Yes, he's dealing with the people over on the other side.
Yeah, but I think like that tree solidified and then disappeared. I think he's gone. He looked at Mob and he said, kindness is not the only way. Sometimes you have to be hard, and then he was out.
So we're probably gonna see him again.
I think he's gone.
Like, evaporated?
Yes, I think that he was proven wrong about his theories on life and the world, and he knew he couldn't exist if Mob was there.
But he even said when he was destroying the army, he was like, these humans are bad, they need to be punished.
Yeah, but that was the whole conversation about you have to give them a chance to change. And Mob stood up for them even though they went against him. And I think his final parting thought of kindness is, I'm not paraphrasing, but kindness is great, but at some point you have to be hard, is
So
what's going to flip the switch.
Is
for
that
Mob.
going to flip the switch for Mob?
I think
like
so.
He's going to take a lesson from that guy.
I think so.
I don't think that guy was not just going to disappear. Like, he's absorbed a lot of guys.
I guess we'll find out.
Like, you think he's dead?
I think he is.
You think his energy has dissipated?
Yes.
You're probably right.
どうした何かが
It's named Mob.
を持つ何かが近づいてきているそれはきっと僕の知人だ
Pretty sure that's my boy.
影山く
The slow walk. It's like Kabuzuji Muzan.
面白い果たしてどちらの能力が上か勝負です
There's always a bigger dog.
正面から迎え撃ってあげましょう
Distract him. Perfect. You've got to be kidding me.
It's because he focused only on Espers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
大先生まさか 虫の境地まで気配を消せるエスパーが存在するのか。どうする？引くべきか。
師匠、その人かなり強いですよ。危険だから離れてください。
さっきの少年に得体の知れないエスパー、一体どれだけ大きな組織でもあるというのか。何よりこの少年、桁違いだ。やっぱりやめだ。割に合わない。降参します。
お、えらくあっさりしてるな。世界征服の意気込みはどこ行った？
本気なのはボスだけですよ。私は楽しければ何だっていいんです。
楽しければいいだって。それで多くの人に迷惑をかけたのか。ふざけるな。
逃げやがった。チェ、勝った気がしねえ。また襲ってくるかもしれんな。
いや、きっと奴にトラウマを植え付けた。身の程を知ってこれから生き方を直していくんじゃないかな。
兄さん、リツ、大丈夫？
父さん母さんも安全な場所にいるよ。
そっか、エクボや師匠の言った通りだ。
俺様たちも肝を冷やしたな。だって
Lucky.
さて、残るラスボスだけかな。星野くんたちがみんなを救出してる頃だし、合流して突入しよう。
ダメだよ。みんな怪我だらけじゃないか。僕一人で行くから。
影山くん、何を言ってるんだい？僕も行くよ。仲間が先に突入してるんだ。
ダメ。厳しいこと言うと足手まといなんだ。ごめん。
人に厳しく。最上の言葉を資源をなりに解釈した結果。
I love that.
エクボ、頼むぞ。
分かってるよ。
Is this a bonus scene?
お前一人で怖くないのか？
怖いよ。でもこれ以上誰かが傷つけられる方が怖い。まあ、なんとかやってみるよ。
やべえな。ガキのうちにうまく取り入ろうってのに、茂雄のやつうかうかしてると大人になっちまう。
君中学生？嫌だな。まだ子供じゃないか。特に今はタイミングが悪いんだよね。お願いだから帰ってくれないかな。
I love when I'm wrong.
No, but you were right. At the very, very, very beginning, you're like, oh, this is probably about Reigen. Like, this guy, this super teleporter Esper genius is so transfixed by Mob that Reigen pulls out his super self-defense move, like, and then this guy is convinced that he can hide his power.
But they write the most ridiculous scenarios, but in a way that it's believable. When you have that much power and you're that good, he's just lost touch with reality. So he just thinks that there's no way that this could just be a normal person who knocked him out.
You get a little bit of myopia.
Yeah.
A little tunnel vision, maybe.
I also love that Reigen was yelling self-defense. For whatever reason, I find
When
that
he's not
absolutely
sure.
hilarious.
When he's not sure if it's self-defense, he yells self-defense. Like, this is literally episode 11 from season 1 all over again. When
100%.
Reigen just like finds this camp, gets all these people to believe that he's the boss and obey everything he says, like, and then he just walks in and does self-defense punch moves on the strongest guy they've seen.
I often do this. There are some people who just have an unwavering amount of self-belief and confidence in situations like this. And Reigen just always believes he will find the answer and is never afraid to go into the situation. And he's always the weakest, like technically the weakest person there.
Is that the case, or do you think he just like gets lucky? I don't even know if it's like a whole confidence thing, because he knows that he doesn't have the powers, but it's just like he walked into this situation and he saw this guy, so he just punched him.
It's not about power. I think it's about belief in himself that he'll be able to sort it out. It's the same thing. He quit his job and he's like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. This building looks great. I'm gonna buy it. I'll be able to build something. Like he innately believes that whatever situation he's in, he will figure it out because he trusts in himself. There's a certain kind of magic in the way that they deliver these shows. It's for those of you who thought we were gonna love Mob, even when it had a rough start, like, you were completely right. But I was also saying before,
I just can't believe half of this stuff.
I love when I was wrong. I thought Mob was gonna take that lesson from the Soul Sucker to be, you need to be hard on people who deserve it.
Well, maybe that was still in him.
It might be, but his first takeaway was, no, it's hard to tell people the truth even if they don't want to hear it. For him to equate that instead of using his powers to punish people who deserve it, it wasn't about the powers. He took that lesson and applied it to himself like he always does. I love that.
Who wrote this? I know who wrote it, but I'm just, figure of speech. So good.
But you see, I would be so curious to have a beer with
Mob?
No, with the author. What experiences do you have? Where do you draw your inspiration? Yeah.
There were a lot of good tidbits in this one.
I know I've said this a few times, but this was one of my more favorite episodes.
It just keeps building and
Yeah,
building.
really, really.
There were, again, so many aspects to this episode that were so good.
Mm-hmm.
But let us know which ones, or one, are your favorite, is your favorite. I can't decide quantity right now, plural, singular, whatever.
How did you connect with this
Yes,
episode?
how did you connect with this episode? Because we clearly did. Too good. So, anyway, let us know, because we could keep talking about this forever. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more Mob Psycho 100 coming next week.
Season finale.
There's 2 episodes left.
Semi-season finale.
Yeah. Bye.